Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to part 2 of this series. Now, my last video, I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked to see 11,000 views. That's wild, but I am actually happy to see that. I didn't know it was that popular until one of my subs actually emailed me and reached out, and turns out that there's a live adaptation of this shit. And I didn't even know that was even possible, but then again, we're in 2024, so anything is possible nowadays. So in part one, and I mentioned that I read the manga before, and the manga had like about 3 chapters, I think, or at least over 30 something or 40 something pages. And it turns out that there's a blondie involved, but I believe they're trying to keep it consistent, which I must say, I must really say that they've been consistent with the whole. I read a manga, and when I watched the second episode, well, the second part of the series, it was actually consistent. It was aligning with everything they did, and which is crazy to me is the animation is amazing. The story was actually going good, and I like how the character development is actually going about it. And in this second episode, so we see our main motionless girl. She apparently came late to her favorite otaku manga collector. And she came over late, and he asks her, well, wait, what happened? And she was like, well, as you know, I returned from a mixer, and there was a bunch of the guys who were there are nothing but horn dogs. And she just like lies down there. She looks very exhausted. So as he learns this, he told himself, you know what, let me give her some space. So he sits like probably close to her, but not too close. And he's like reading something, but he looks up and he sees her like lying down with her whole underwear exposed. And all of a sudden he turns back to read whatever he was doing. He just gets hit with a pillow, and she is pissed because she was like, well, what are you doing? You know, I come here for a reason and I want to blow some steam. So he was like, well, listen, I didn't want to do anything or say anything to upset you after your event. So she was like, nah, take them off. I'm ready to blow some steam. So said, so done. And this is where it gets crazy, bro. As he inserted in, he just blasted all over. He didn't even, not even a pump. He just goes in and that's it. He gave up. And girl was doing all kinds of shit. She was really trying to blow the steam. And this is where it gets even more crazy. She starts to bounce on it. And let me tell you, her switch was flipped. I'm telling you, I'm know what I noticed with her. She's like, at first she goes motionless when she's in a normal state, and then when she goes into that feral state, she becomes a nymphomaniac, and that is the craziest part of all. And yeah, they did it the entire time, and they even went raw too. That's the crazy thing. After they used a whole box of condoms, and she told him, well, he should have bought more, and he was like, well, you know, I didn't expect to be doing it this much amount of times. What the hell? Like, you really needed to blow some steam for real. And that's it. That's pretty much it for the clip. I couldn't put the erotic scenes and stuff because it was extremely long, and it took like 3/4 of the episode. Surprisingly short too, but yeah, I think this was actually great. Part 2 was good. I can't wait to see part 3. And yeah, like I mentioned, I didn't even know the live adaptation existed until one of my subs reached out to me regarding that. And I was like, a live adaptation? Well, I'm sure they could probably see that somewhere. They could find it. I mean, y'all are the detectives here. So anyways, that is it for the context, and let's get right into this.
今行きます。今開けますって。
遅えよ。
黒田さん、今日休日じゃ。
邪魔。
なんかあったんですか？こんな遅くにどうしたんだろ
う。今日の合コン、何がいい男がたくさん来るからだよ。モサオとブサメンしかいねえじゃねえか。てかくっさ、お前またオナニーしてたっしょ。
すみません。うん。
Alright, so that's it for the clip. Not gonna lie, part 2 really impressed me. I like the fact that she goes to him whenever shit goes wrong or whenever she's bored. And yeah, I would like to see part 3. I'm not gonna lie, Pink Pineapple, you did your thing. You're cooked with this one. I love the animation, I love the story, straightforward, no, well, at least no plot twists yet, because we have another girl that's gonna be involved. Because when I read the manga, there's this blonde chick that's apparently like the sub leader or the sub boss, because this girl is the main leader of a group, but the blonde chick, however, and that's gonna be featured in this series, she's like a sub boss basically. She's like the one below her. And when I read the manga, yes, I'm gonna spoil it for y'all. I'm gonna spoil it. So when I read the manga, she came over to his place and she was like testing out the theory that her boss basically was enjoying herself with the otaku, and she was like, you know what, let me test that theory. So she goes over by him and they were talking for a little bit, and then like they get straight into the action immediately too, like no time for small talk, they just get right into it. And so said so done, she was like basically under her spell. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So let me know what you guys think. I think the animation was great, the quality was amazing, the whole interaction was great too. I like the fact that this even made a part 2. I'm surprised, because you know, usually animes like these do not have a part 2, let alone a part 3. They just have like one episode, or in some cases what they would do is that they will do one massive episode, but like in different like volumes or seasons, or however they do it. Just like Overflow, and I think this show where the single dad marries, so not really marries, but dates like this music idol. Just like that, because oh, and also regarding the spy situation, I couldn't be able to find the rest of the episodes due to the fact that it's actually chunky and like so small, and like 6 minutes. But they do it the same way like how Overflow, they did it with Overflow was almost an hour and contained like seven different scenarios. But yeah, that is it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe. And yes, we're very close to the 500 sub count. I'm not gonna lie, this is wild to me. I didn't expect to reach this far. And yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I will keep on uploading very soon. Oh, by the way, I was actually contemplating on doing a new series as well, so I'm gonna have to get back to y'all on that. Oh, and the twins, right, the twins, Kaide to Zuzu part 2, I might do it either today or tomorrow, depending on how things go. But anyways, thank you so much, have a good one, and peace out, and don't forget to hit that bell. Peace.